Hey everybody, it's Erika with Stitch in Heaven. Sorry about the spelling error. We just get so excited about Bernina here. You know, we stutter. We got really pumped. Where are we all watching from? Oklahoma, I saw Missouri up there, North Carolina. Colette, we're starting now. Are you ready? All right. This week, actually tomorrow, starts Bernina's accessory sale. So 25% off accessories. Henderson, Nevada. Hi, Colette. So I'm going to go over some accessories. I know I normally do demos out in the store. We want it to be a little more quiet today instead of dude. So it's going to be more of kind of a Q&A. If you've got questions about accessories and different things you can use on your machines, throw them up there. I'll try to keep up. Lake of the Pines, North Carolina. Hi, everybody. Hi, Dad. Salem, South Carolina. You watch every one of my lives, don't you? Lake Texoma. All right, so let's get started. First off, as you can see, I've got a hoop, I've got rulers, I've got all kinds of fun stuff here. So we had the foot sale over the summer, and that was 25% off feet. This sale is a little bit different. It is 25% off Bernina accessories, so not just feet. So if you've had your eye on one of these hard-sided cases or the travel backpack, anything you see here, hoops, feet, everything, it is 25% off. We've got a pretty good inventory going. As most of you know, if you buy Bernina items regularly, we're kind of running behind on some things. I just got another shipment in of a bunch of feet today, and we still have a long list of back orders, but we can special order things. We can take care of that for you. Big Book of Quilting. Colette, it just arrived today. Big Book of Machine Quilting and Big Book of Serging. We ordered, I think, 10 or 15. I think we got 6 of each. So they're here. If you want one, call now, talk to customer service. We'll be able to get that out to you. Like I said, we only had about 6 or 7 of each one come in, so I know those are going to go pretty quickly. So let's start with the cases first. This is a Bernina backpack. So it's got handles on the top. You can pull straps out the back if you want to carry it as a backpack. This is an accessory case. Opens up, room for all kinds of fun stuff in here. So you can put CDs in, all your feet can go in here. You've got another padded pocket on this side, if I can get this apart. Another padded pocket there and a carrying strap. So that's a really good option if you do a lot of quilt guilds, classes, things like that. Hard-sided case. This is the one that came free over the summer. If you were doing the foot sale and you purchased $300 worth of feet, this was the case that came with it. Pop the insert out. You've got room in here for a BSR, walking foot. I know y'all can't really see that too clearly. There are little cutouts in there though. And then you've got 2 layers of foot storage as well. So bottom comes out of here. You've got 2 layers for all of your feet. Any questions up here yet? Hello from Azel. Hi, Bobby. I used to live in Fort Worth, Oregon, Tennessee. Why is there a frame around your face? Because we just want me to stand out. How much? Colette, how much on what? On the hard-sided case? Some of these things I have pricing on, some I don't off the top of my head. The hard-sided case is $149.99. I believe the backpack is the same price. I'd have to double check on that for you. She's so photogenic, the camera. Hi, Debbie from Seattle. Getting into the books. So I have Big Book of Machine Quilting. And honestly, I just pulled this off the receiving desk. I haven't even gotten to look through it yet. But if anybody has used any of these big books, the Big Book of Feet, Big Book of Embroidery, they're amazing. That's where I get all my tutorials. How much for the Big Book of Quilting? It is $69.99. So all of these are $69.99. Big Book of Quilting, serging, feet, embroidery, everything. So this is the Big Book of Embroidery. I know I've shown this on my videos before. This is where I get my ideas when I'm going over different videos, different lessons for classes. Big Book of Feet. If you don't have this, I don't like you anymore. No, I'm kidding. You need it. When I'm featuring different feet in my videos, I go through this book and I look at what's interesting, what's cool, what I haven't done before, try to figure out what I can do with a foot. And that's my guide. I pretty much use that for everything I do. And then the Big Book of Serging. So this obviously has our beautiful brand new L890 on it. If you guys don't have one yet, you need one of those too. So that machine's pretty darn awesome. But even if you don't have that machine, So like they feature the 850 in here. It'll teach you how to do projects on your serger. So if you're not too familiar with serging, something you want to get into, call and talk to us. We can get you on a machine and we can get you that book. That'll help you out with all kinds of fun stuff. Into my other accessories here. So if you're embroidering, the yellow bobbin case. A lot of people don't know what this is. This is a high tension bobbin case. If you're doing embroidery, it's recommended that you use this in your machine. Just adds more tension to the thread. If you're using a lower weight bobbin thread for embroidery, it'll keep your stitches on the bottom. Just makes your product look so much better. Big Book of Quilting, yeah, $69.99 for the books. We got the store number up there, Colette. You can go ahead and call, and customer service will be happy to get that order going for you. Remember, the sale starts tomorrow, though. 25% off these starting tomorrow, and that runs through December 31st. So nice long sale. You've got time. Make your shopping list. You can call us and talk to us about that then. Next, what I have here is the 10C. I pulled this one because it's one of my favorite feet. I know you guys have seen me do a video on that. Stitch in the ditch, edge stitching, applique, things like that. Awesome foot for that. You can do so much stuff with it. And again, if you have the Big Book of Feet, it shows you in there. You can join lace, you can join 2 different fabrics together. Just so many possibilities with that one. We've got the ruffler foot. I think we did a video on ruffler foot. If not, it's on the list. I plan on it. Ruffler foot's kind of cool if you want to add ruffles to little girls' dresses, home decor, anything like that. How much is the bobbin case? The bobbin case is $90. Can we order today? So you can order today, but the sale starts tomorrow. Can you use any of the accessories on a Viking machine? So these are all Bernina accessories. Not 100% sure if they'll work on your Viking, but they are made for the Bernina machines. What is the number of that foot for Stitch in the Ditch? That is the number 10 foot. It comes in a 10C or a 10D. So if you have 5 series and up with dual feed, you'll want to get the 10D. Any other questions? I think I got all of them so far. All right, I'll keep throwing them out there. Magnifying Lens Set. So this one's actually been pretty popular lately. This attaches to your machine, throws a magnifying lens over your foot area. And if you have the 880, you can install that on your own at home. Anything below that, you have to have a tech install it. They have to take the cover off the machine and actually put the bar in there. Is there a binding foot? Yep, we're getting to that. That is this one right here. So this is your binding attachment. It comes in 3 different sizes, 25, 28, 32, and 38 millimeters. That'll do your binding, and then you need a number 95 foot to go along with that. So that's actually 2 purchases. Pricing on that, customer service is going to have to get to you. There's no SKU on this with a price. And then the foot for that, I didn't grab, but we'll have to get that to you. Do you sell accessories for Viking? Leona, we do not. We're a Bernina dealer. We have some generic accessories in store, but I can't promise you they'll work. Do not see the number. Okay, so our number for the store is 903-760-7397 or 903-760-SEWS, S-E-W-S. Kind of cute. Any other messages that I'm missing before I move on? Okay. Going on here, binding foot. I'll take this one out of the box so y'all can kind of see how that works. So you'll attach the number 95 foot to your machine, just like any other foot. And then this guy is going to attach to the free arm. So it'll screw onto your free arm right here. This slides back and forth, and this piece opens up. So this is where you're actually going to put your binding strip into here. And if you have a really sharp stiletto, it's really helpful. We sell those too. So you feed your fabric in, you'll use the stiletto to pull it through the groove here. And then this will go on your machine just like this. And you're gonna butt your fabric, your sandwich, quilt sandwich, right up to the little lip on here. I know you guys have a hard time seeing that. Can't zoom in. It'll feed through the machine. It's gonna pull everything through all together. And it'll attach your binding on top and bottom for you in one step. You want to be my Vanna White? I've got the peanut gallery back here talking to me, so. Sorry. Is $9.99. If we buy 3 feet, do we get a yard of fabric? Yes, Dad, you do. Do any of you have a stitch regulator? How much is the binding tool? Jeannie, I'll have to check. There's 3 different sizes and they're different prices, I believe. And there's pre-folded and non-pre-folded. So you're actually looking at the number 95 foot and the number 87 or the 88, depending on which type of strip you want to use. The attachments are right around $200, and the number 95 foot, I believe, is $75. Okay, so has anybody used a stitch regulator? You guys answer that while I'm talking. So the stitch regulator is going to help you. Yes, I have 2 BSRs. Okay, you guys love your BSRs. They're insanely helpful. 3 sizes of binders. What is each typically used for? Okay, we'll get into that. So with the BSR, when you're quilting, if you're not using a BSR, you have to match your speed with your machine, which takes a lot of talent and a lot of practice. I can't really do it, so I have to use a BSR. It's going to keep all your stitches the same length. So if you speed up, your stitches are going to be bigger if you're not using a BSR. Sorry, if you speed up, they're going to be smaller. If you slow down, they're going to be bigger. 11 BSR for F&Q. Yeah. So the stitch regulators are really helpful. It's got a camera built into it. It reads the grain of the fabric. So as you're moving under that camera, it's going to keep up with you. Keeps all your stitches the same length. Keeps your finished product looking great. Our long arms have 2 BSRs on them, so you can quilt edge to edge. Your fabric's always going to be on a camera. You're always going to have perfect regulated stitches. That's going to look really, really good when you're done. 3 sizes of binders. So we did a video a while back using the smallest size. That was the only binder attachment we could get in. So with that, Sharon demonstrated making credit card dividers to go into a wallet, and she put a little tiny decorative binding on top. So table placemats, if you're doing purses, things like that, and you just want a little bit of an accent on it, you can use that smallest binding tool. Some people like a smaller binding on their quilt. Some people like a bigger binding. It's just up to you. So this one is the 38 millimeter. This is the biggest one we do. This is going to give you your typical quilt binding. It's most popular for people that are quilting and doing their own bindings at home. Next one up, I have the Coveted walking foot, the number 50. So these have been on back order forever. We're finally getting them to trickle in. I just cleared all my back orders last week. I think I have 1 or 2 out there that are available. So if you've been waiting for one of these, call in tomorrow and place your order. Like I said, I think I have 1 or 2. We might have some more coming in next week. I'm not too sure. They're just starting to get to the point that they can fill all the back orders that have been open. So these are $200. Again, if you've been waiting on it, jump on it now, because I don't know when we'll get them again. Love the walking foot. Yes, the walking foot is awesome. I just got one and just used it on quilting for the first time the other night. It is amazing. But I'm a new quilter, so what do I know? Next one up, we have our bobbin box. I won't say bobbin case, because this is a bobbin case. This is bobbin box. So when you guys call in and ask for bobbin cases, and this is what you want, this is why we're confused sometimes. I promise we know what we're doing. So the bobbin holder. A lot of you know the bobbin nest, the little red Eversone ones that we have in the store will not fit your Bernina jumbo bobbins. This is a Bernina bobbin box. So this will hold 25 of your 4, 5, 7 series bobbins. Your 8 series bobbins will fit in here as well. They're a little bit of a looser fit because they're skinnier, but they do fit in here as well. If we have dual feed, would we still use a walking foot? Good question. So dual feed doesn't entirely replace a walking foot. Your dual feed will help on certain applications. You won't need a walking foot for certain things. I can bind a quilt with just dual feed and it's fine. Where the walking foot comes in is if you're quilting a thicker quilt sandwich. So if you're using thicker batting, 2 layers of fabric on top of your batting, things like that. It does make it a lot easier to quilt with a walking foot. It grabs more of that fabric. Your dual feed has one teeny tiny little extra feed dog on top that's moving your fabric through, where that walking foot has two that are going right over your existing feed dogs. So if you think about it mechanically, it is a little bit better. It's more contact with your fabric. It's more force pulling your fabric back. So some people say they quilt just fine without the walking foot. They can use the dual feed with no issues. Some people still prefer to use the walking foot. Any other questions? All right, so we'll keep going. The ruler set. So y'all saw me demo the ruler kit on the Q20 video last week. And I think we'll throw a link up there for you if you didn't see it. So this has 5 different types of rulers in it. So you've got nested mini ovals, a squiggle, nested mini circles, a mini 4-in-1, which was the boot, as I call it, and the mini straight line tool. So this set is $149.99. All 5 rulers are in here. Awesome rulers, especially if you're just starting out. They're very easy to use. You'll see in my video, I'm just starting out with machine quilting, and you don't have to use them with just the long arm. I have had customers buy them and use them with their 770s, and they work just fine. Making bags too with interfacing. Yes, Kim. So we actually have, any of you that are local have been in the store. If you met Sharon, Sharon does a lot of bag making, and she uses just her dual feed. She loves it for that. She actually is a person that likes to quilt without the walking foot now. Her dual feed is fine for that. And just, you know, a little helpful hint, we're going to start classes next year, and Sharon might be doing a few bag classes, so keep an eye on that. Exciting news. All right, we'll keep going. Hoops. This is where your investment really comes in your machine. So if you're into embroidery, you know your machine most likely came with a small, medium, large, or a medium, large hoop, depending on which machine you got. And stepping up to bigger hoops is quite an investment. So this one we have here is the Maxi Hoop. This is normally $397.99. These typically don't go on sale very often. So that 25% off that starts tomorrow, stock up. Go ahead and use that to get your hoops, work on bigger projects. I've got all the hoop sizes in stock as of right now. I'm sure that'll change pretty soon. But we've got everything in stock. Maxi Hoop is the largest you can use unrestricted on a 770. What kind of questions do we have coming in? All interested in classes. Woohoo! I have an 880 plus. Any suggestions on sewing the Cuddle fabric? Ooh. I'm having problems with the walking foot pulling the fabric through. I'm making a quilt, so there's Cuddle fabric on top and bottom. Okay. I don't have a ton of experience quilting with Cuddle fabric. A long time ago, I did a one little baby blanket with it. And that was on, we're not going to say what brand machine. Tiny little machine. I was able to get it done without a walking foot. And I just took it slow and careful. With a walking foot, I would think you wouldn't have any issues. You might want to adjust the pressure from your presser foot. Go with a little bit less pressure on it so it can feed that fabric through a little bit better. It might just be that your presser foot is too tight on the fabric, and it's just not, because that fabric kind of shifts while you're sewing, it's just not allowing it to go through. Online class. So we are doing classes in person. We're looking into doing some online classes. We're just trying to figure out the logistics of that, how we're going to be able to film it, things like that. But we will be offering some online virtual classes as well, I do believe. Did not get through to customer service. Colette, we have 2 amazing girls in customer service, and the phones ring off the hooks all day. So keep trying. If you want to send an email to info@stitchinheaven.com, they can get to you there as well. I'm just reading comments as we go through. And my moderator here is also messaging customer service to let them know y'all are trying to call in. So we'll get you. We'll take care of you. Is that like minky Cuddle fabric? Yes, Kim, as far as I know. Okay. Kim, online or in person? I already addressed that one. Yep, in person and online. Right now we're scheduling in person. You guys will see those go up on Facebook. We'll have that up pretty soon. I know we're working on the marketing for all that. I think they're going to start in February. So keep an eye out for that. You'll be able to see that. We also have the retreat center. Retreat center is coming around, should be ready in March. So we have that up on the website as well. You can check out the details for the retreat center. All info is there. I think you can go ahead and request information and maybe reserve some space there as well. We still have the bunkhouse, all that good stuff. And we're going to throw a link up for that as well. Any tip for thread nests? Ooh, I should have pulled Curtis in here. When quilting small pieces. Okay, so I've had an issue. I have a 740 at home. And my issue that I've had with thread nesting is when you first start out, or if you're chain piecing and you've got that corner going into your machine, I switched over to using the straight stitch plate. So instead of the 9mm hole, it just has the single hole. And I'm doing straight stitch anyway, so I don't need to zigzag or anything. In the past, I had problems with it pulling the fabric down or thread nesting, things like that. That has pretty much gone away for me. That straight stitch plate supports your fabric a little bit better. So the needle just goes right into that hole. Another thing you can do, and I know it's kind of a pain, nobody ever wants to do this when somebody says it, but using leaders really does help. So if you do a leader in front of your fabric, sew on that, and then go straight into your fabric, it will eliminate that mess on your fabric that you're trying to keep nice and pretty. All right, cool. So again, hoops, I have all sizes in store. Small, medium, large, jumbo, maxi, everything. Everything you want, we've got it. And then this is not a Bernina accessory, but it is a very important accessory. So this won't be included in the sale. We just got these in and they're already flying off the wall. These are the vacuum attachment kits. So as Curtis has said, as I've said, if you bought a machine from me, don't blow canned air into your machine. What that does is it blows moisture into the free arm. It gets into your gears. Any lint in there will get gunked up in your free arm. Attach this to your vacuum cleaner and use these little pieces in here to pull everything out of your machine. So get in there with your brush. Some people use little paint brushes. You can use the nylon brush that came with it, or just get a vacuum kit. These are $19.95. Again, customer service can get this for you. It is not part of the sale tomorrow. This is just something that we pulled in. Stacy, you have a question? Stacy, are you talking about the question with the Cuddle fabric? If you're talking about the Cuddle fabric, that's what I was saying. Try reducing the pressure on your presser foot. It might just be too much pressure pulling it through. If you go a little bit lighter on that, it'll give that fabric a little more room to move. The Cuddle fabric kind of shifts around a little bit as you're sewing, so it is a little difficult to work with. Try that and see if it works. If not, you can call back into the store and ask them to get me, and I'll try to troubleshoot over the phone with you. I don't have a ton of experience working with Cuddle and Minky fabric. I just have a little bit, and I know I had to adjust my presser foot pressure on that as well. Any other questions? Not seeing anything new pop up. So on the machine side of things, Bernina has this accessory sale, but we do still have a couple of 790 special editions left. I've got one going out the door tonight, and we have a demo on the floor right now. We can still take pre-orders. I've got a handful more coming in, I think 3 or 4. $500 down secures your machine. As soon as it comes in, we will let you know. If you want, you can go ahead and process. We can do the sale all right now, get it all done. That way you know you have a Christmas present coming eventually. You're welcome, Kim. No problem. Give us a call, put a down payment on it. Guys, I know it's hard for us to get machines in and it's kind of frustrating, but get your name on those lists, because when they do come in, they're going to the people on the list first. And I promise you, because everybody has been waiting, they're going to go as soon as they come in. Every time I get a shipment in, hi, Kathy, how are you? Every time I get a shipment in, within days, it's sold. Everything's gone. 770s, we having a hard time getting, but I did just get a really, really, really nice 770 in on trade-in. It's the one right here. Your prices are much better than local. That's awesome to hear, Colette. Give us a call. We can help you out. We'll get you set up. I have a lot of trade-ins. We have them on the website. I've got a 770 here that has less than an hour of use on it. It's basically a brand new machine. Doesn't have an embroidery module, but we have those. We can hook you up on that. No problem. We're going to throw a link in here for all the used machines we have. I've got a Baby Lock Destiny. I've got a couple of Genomis. We just took in a Juki. All kinds of cool stuff. Some of those aren't on the website yet because they just came in. But if you have been looking for a used machine, maybe you want to back up or you want to gift one to someone else that you want to get into sewing, give us a call. We'll get you set up on one of those. Even if we don't have a brand new one in stock, we have options. We can take care of you. So any other questions for me? I'm not seeing anything new pop up. All right, guys. I'm going to go sell machines. I have to go sew some in and get one delivered. I would love to spend all day with you guys. But if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to the store. Machine-wise, my number is 903-850-0207. You can text that number if you want to. I'm here Tuesday through Saturday. I'd be happy to take care of you. Judy, your customer service is awesome. I order fabric. You're always quick to ship. I'm doing a couple of block of the month and they take great care of me. That is so good to hear. Thank you, Judy. We'll pass that on to customer service. They'll be happy to hear that. Our customer service is awesome. And I know sometimes it's frustrating waiting on hold, but y'all, seriously, we have 2 awesome girls on that and they are busy. So just bear with us. We'll get there. We've been going crazy with everybody stuck at home. All right, guys. Thank you so much.